What is ranked choice voting and why do we do it? Ranked choice voting is a process that lets voters select up to 5 candidates in their first, second, third, fourth, and fifth choices. It's a process that allows voters to have their vote still count even if their first selected candidate doesn't make it through the rounds of voting. So here are a few different arguments for ranked choice voting and why it was implemented in cities like Oakland a few years ago, and also some arguments against ranked choice voting from those who are opposed to it. Starting with argument number 1. Ranked choice voting lets voters vote based on their principles rather than the lesser of the evils. A lot of times, voters may feel like their personal values align the most with one specific candidate, but they're not pretty confident that that candidate is actually going to be one of the likely winners, and they're not maybe one of the front runners. What ranked choice voting does is allows voters to still pick their top candidate based on their values, whether or not they're a front runner or have a chance of winning, because they're also able to select second, third, fourth, fifth options and have those choices count towards the voting process as well. Argument number 2 in favor of ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting eliminates the need for runoff elections, which can of course save time and money. There are a lot of races right now, for example, where if no candidate gets over 50% of the vote, you have to have a whole separate election called a runoff election. Ranked choice voting is also known as instant runoff election, so it eliminates the process for a whole separate race because you're going through multiple rounds of voting. Argument number 3 for ranked choice voting. Studies show that ranked choice voting can increase voter turnout and participation, and it also shows that it can help those candidates that are historically underrepresented in the political process without big ties to the political establishment. And here are a couple of arguments that are commonly said against ranked choice voting. Argument number 1. Ranked choice voting can be confusing since it's not the form of elections used in most county, state, and federal elections. It requires more voter education, which, as we know, is needed in a whole lot of regards right now more than ever. Argument number 2. The process of conducting ranked choice voting elections can be more expensive, and there is room for error. While it doesn't happen that often, an error did happen just 2 years ago in an Oakland school board election, where mistakes in the ranked choice voting calculation process led to the wrong person being declared the winner. Argument number 3. The candidate who has the highest number of first place ranked votes may not actually be the winner. And this can confuse or even frustrate voters at times. In the United States, ranked choice voting is currently used by 2 states, 3 counties, and 45 cities. It's also used internationally in countries like Australia and New Zealand. In Oakland, ranked choice voting was implemented for local races back in 2010. What are your thoughts about ranked choice voting, and how do you feel about it? Let us know in the comments.